they are a great shooting team. You understand? But we definitely we have shooters, and when they have shooters like that, we have to make sure that we stay on them, communicate well, and so forth. As I say, we played Puerto Rico before, and they have a lot of shooters, and we basically went out and neutralized them at one point, get a 20-point lead with them. We got into foul trouble and so forth. So we were basically had to retreat in some way in terms of the things that we were doing. You understand? Give them some harder shot, run them off the 3-point line to get to they have to get to the basket and shoot floaters over our 7-footers and so forth. But it was a very tough game, so we still have an a game plan for Canada also with their shooting. What we know in the interior, they cannot mark Kofi Cockburn inside the block. Nobody can mark him inside. There is a force to reckon with.
All right, should be fun, but we're fresh out at time, Rowan Robinson. We continue to watch because I don't think I'd ever watched an international basketball game before.
Tune in to Lead Story, weekdays at 6 p.m. Hosted by Jody Ann Quarry.
Brought to you by VC's Electrical Sales. Quality products at affordable prices.
We in this together. You are not alone.
The time by Sagicor is
7 p.m.
Tonight in CVM News at 7, slow response. Police blasted for reaction time to Negro's first murder of 2026. Mixed fortunes, Westmoreland recovery takes shape. Priorities set. Mayor touts 2026 focus for Trelawney. And in sports, all Manning team wins title from the penalty spot. Hello from Kingston, Jamaica. This is CVM News at 7. It's Saturday, January 10, 2026. Thanks so much for joining us. My name is Carolyn Brown. The Jamaica Constabulary Force has confirmed 2 separate fatal shooting incidents in St. Anne. An unidentified male was shot and killed along Wharf Street in St. Anne's Bay at approximately 9:15 Friday evening. Residents heard explosions and raised an alarm. The JCF's investigators led to the discovery of a body that appeared to have several gunshot wounds. Now, the individual was pronounced dead at hospital. And approximately 40 minutes later, the police were alerted to another scene where 33-year-old Kemar Brown, also called Mars, of Alexandra, St. Anne, and a woman were reportedly accosted by a lone gunman while exiting a business. The armed man is said to have approached the pair and demanded money. When the demand was not met, he opened fire and ran. The injured individuals were taken to hospital where Brown was pronounced dead. Investigations into both fatal shootings are ongoing. And still in St. Anne, a fatal crash claimed the life of an American national, 64-year-old Leslie Campbell, of a Florida address, who was a passenger traveling in a Mark X heading in an easterly direction along the Pineapple Main Road in Ocho Rios. Upon reaching a section of the roadway, the driver swerved to avoid a collision with another motor vehicle when he lost control and crashed into a utility pole. Campbell was taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. The driver of the Mark X and other passengers were also admitted in serious but stable condition. Now, there's expressed disappointment on what's being described as a slow response time by the Negril police to a murder scene in the very popular tourist resort area. The main road in the vicinity of hotel properties featured a shooting this weekend, seen as a disturbing development in more ways than one. As we hear in this report, there is concern about the impact on the tourism product at a time when things are already difficult for some hoteliers.
10 days in and already, Negril has recorded its first murder for 2026. A justified cause for concern, or a one-off criminal act that may or may not have far-reaching implication on the general peace in the resort area?
I don't think it will create too much of a negative impact. It's an unfortunate situation when anyone is murdered anywhere.
A mix of emotions by hoteliers, small and large, as they grapple with recovery efforts following the impact of Hurricane Melissa. Less than a month since the December 15 start of the 2026 winter tourist season, the work continues to shore up guests and keep the players in the sector motivated.
It's something we would much rather never happen. It happens, but it's not gonna completely destroy or wreck our tourist industry, which the fact that we're bouncing back so great, and I must say especially among the smaller players in the industry, they have done extremely well, and it's one of the positive things that has taken place.
Tourism interests applauding police efforts in keeping murders and criminal activity to a minimum in 2025. Many eager for lawmen to find the person or persons responsible for this shooting incident.
We regret that this incident take place, especially when for months we've been having such a record of crime-free. When you think that during the hurricane, I must take this opportunity to say, during the hurricane, our police force did a magnificent job. They were out risking their personal safety to ensure that we were all safe and there was no crime in the area.
But not everyone is offering commendation to lawmen, certainly not regarding the response time to this criminal act.
The response time can help to play a role, how fast you'll be able to solve the situation, or if you'll be able to solve it any at all. And in this case, it was very disappointing because it took just over an hour. That is not acceptable. And that needs to be dealt with. That cannot be acceptable. You have a situation where it is a murder, and moreover so a murder within the resort area and the main road. The response time must be much less than an hour. Definitely have to be.
Business operators lament becoming wary of the free movement of men with evil intent using motorcycles in the resort areas. A call for lawmen and the government to focus on executing a plan to deter criminal activity involving motorcycles. Gun violence is not uncommon in Negril, Westmoreland. For CVM News, I'm Damon Phillips.
And with life gradually returning to normal for residents of Westmoreland as recovery efforts continue, the Jamaica Public Service and other government agencies are working to restore electricity and water supply across the parish in the coming days. Here's more in this report from Akeem Oret.
Classes are currently in session at Maud MacLeod High School in Darlaston, Westmoreland. Despite ongoing challenges with electricity, the institution remains without power due to its location. However, Energy Minister Darrell Vaz says restoration is underway as the Jamaica Public Service JPS is actively pursuing an alternative solution aimed at ensuring a stable and reliable electricity supply for the school.
So what JPS has done is to come up with another solution, a hydro solution similar to what they did in Treasure Beach, which they'll be putting here commissioning within the next 2 weeks, which will then power Darlaston and the immediate surrounding areas, and then they'll work their way into other communities while working on the major repairs coming up the hill.
In the meantime, relief is also on the way for thousands of residents in the Roaring River area. Approximately 50,000 residents are expected to have their water supply restored by January 15. This follows confirmation that JPS is moving to restore electricity to the Roaring River Treatment Plant, a critical facility in the parish.
So as a result of the collaboration, they will have water next week because the Roaring River NWC station will be powered by the 15th. The hydro station that is being put up, work will start in the next few days and hope to commission it within the next 2 weeks. Once it is commissioned, all persons in Darlington who are ready for power will be able to get power.
Minister Vaz added that the development represents a major step forward in the parish's overall restoration process.
So this is a huge step in the restoration process based on the fact that JPS is using creative methods to power strategic locations, of which Darlington is one. And as I said before, they will have water next week and power the following week, as against having no water and no power probably for the next 6 to 9 months without the interventions of the JPS and the government of Jamaica.
The minister is urging residents to exercise patience as the JPS, NWC and other government entities continue to work to have critical services fully restored. Reporting for CVM News, I'm Akeem Art.
Still in Westmoreland, the struggle is real for one man who says the conditions he and his wife are living in are unbearable. Months after the storm, Carla Ramdeen has his story.
Months after Hurricane Melissa impacted Western Jamaica, some residents are still fighting to regain stability. One resident from Petersfield, David Nelson, says the hurricane destroyed his home, leaving him and his sick wife living in inhumane conditions in a makeshift shelter since October.
Well, as so far, the condition not that pretty because of the storm. I just the situation I have to live under. And my wife, bed mash up, fridge getting mash up, what's not getting mash up, and TV I can't hear nothing funny because I have to put them all cover up and I know others tries. So everything just mess up.
Mr. Nelson explained their house and all their belongings were destroyed, forcing them to take shelter beneath a tarpaulin held up by old boards and damaged furniture. He says the little food he received from private donors has already run out, and he has not received any assistance from political representatives.
I'm not getting nothing. That him chop hole in my sister-in-law give my wife chop hole in the use cover what can save. And that him chop hole in the house and chop hole when I then go and drive. Say if you their shelter. Then I say then not true me no their shelter. Me in a terrible condition, then drive. Enough man get them and go sell them. We not get none.
As he and his wife continue to wait for support, Mr. Nelson says their only hope is that authorities will intervene so they can rebuild their lives.
What, you would like some help from persons out here?
Yes, I appreciate of it. I'm not a liar, I appreciate of it. I'm there on some, beg, I stress people. Well, I don't have to pretend like me, I not stress people.
Carla Ramdeen, CVM News.
Meanwhile, residents in Trelawney can expect changes this year as the mayor has outlined plans to improve local services, revenue collection and road safety. Devoni Hamilton has that report.
A temporary setup for residents at the Trelawney Infirmary is underway. The residents were previously sheltered at the Hague Primary School in the parish. The announcement comes from Mayor of Falmouth, Colin Gager, who was speaking at Trelawney's first municipal meeting of the year.
As I told you before, Melissa has taught us all a lesson. We are building back, but we must build back stronger and safer. How can you build when you don't have an approved plan to make sure that that building can withstand a Hurricane 5, Category 5?
Mayor Gager noted that his office will be improving revenue collection in the coming weeks.
We have seen persons with tickets that wasn't really issued by the council. We have seen where some of them might even look as if they were duplicated. And so we want to make sure that all of this comes into line, taking in those who haven't complied with the process, and if it means taking you to court so that you comply.
Mayor Gager also raised concerns about roaming cattle on parish roads. While praising the beef industry, he stressed safety comes first.
That thanks to those persons who was really contributing to build the beef industry, but remember, safety is of paramount importance. So you must look at your fences. You must make sure that the cows aren't coming out on the road or crossing the highway. If we don't see any compliance, we intend to call the police. We intend to find the owners. We intend to find the RADA. And we intend to call in all owners in those vicinity to a special meeting.
Reporting for CVM News, I'm Giovanni Hamilton.
Stay where you are. We'll be right back with lots more.
Get tiles and get creative with your floors, walls, and all the spaces in between. Our knowledgeable sales consultants are happy to help create your beautiful finish with the latest designs in first quality porcelain, wood look, vinyl, mosaics, natural stones, and countertops. At Creative, you will get every tile you need for your residential or commercial projects. Creative Building Finishes, your one-stop shop for everything tiles. Visit our showroom at 5 Red Hills Road or call 876-929-5553. Get tiles, get creative.
The road to recovery after a disaster is never an easy one. The National Housing Trust stands ready to support you with hurricane relief initiatives to help you recover stronger. With our peril insurance, payment relief moratorium, hurricane grants, and low-interest rate hurricane relief loans, we'll help you restore your home and rebuild your community. Visit our website or your nearest NHD branch for further details. Conditions apply. NHD, the key to your home.
Equipment, the new name in forklift sales and rentals in Jamaica. Top quality, low prices, fleet discounts available, 12-month warranty, free service parts, daily rentals, crazy cheap. Ashman's Equipment, same forklift, better deals.
Power in great moments. If you have financial needs, Chris and Charles will fix them for you. Power in great moments since 1992. Oh, we have it all. Power in great moments. Relax, you got Chris and Charles. Oh, we have it all. When you think alone, think Chris and
Welcome back to CVM News at 7. In September 2023, the Williamsfield leg of Highway 2000, the only corridor which spans the south coast with toll plazas, became accessible without charges. However, that changed in December 2024. So how is this impacting businesses along the old road through Porus at the border of Clarendon and Manchester? Well, I made a check.
If you're on a tight budget, there's no missing the signs which come at you, with rates more distinct as you near to pay.
Just before the start of the new year, there were long lines along this roadway going to and fro as motorists were utilizing the free passage to the two toll booths along this thoroughfare.
Yes, there has been some fall off compared to when it was free, but still doing pretty well compared to what we anticipated.
Roger Bevan is the deputy toll manager with Jamaican Highway. He has oversight for the toll gate plazas, the main line which goes to Williamsfield, Manchester, as well as the ramp which goes to Tollgate, Clarendon.
Approximately 10,000 motorists continue to use the roadway.
One of the things with toll roads and highways is that it facilitates commerce and business and commute in general. So while there might be a slight fall off for us now, we anticipate that in the future as businesses grow in the area, traffic will also increase on the highways as well as on the local roads.
Not everyone is feeling the immediate return of traffic. In fact, some doors were still closed.
I don't see anything better. Cars are passing frequently, but they aren't stopping. So, more to say better.
Cynthia McKenzie is hoping to make a clean sweep for the new year, recovering from personal losses, including a break-in.
The road I get back populated right now. So people are try, but my business we did rent it out and the people then mash it up and things like that. So they go open it up back now.
You're going to do it yourself?
Yeah.
She's also bent on capitalizing on what's across from her roadside spot as added attraction for the customers she's anticipating. Truckers still have the best of both worlds. They travel long journeys with heavy loads. For some, affordability still outweighs the pit stops.
The toll was nice, but from them start pay upon it, I have to drive back for the whole road. But to some good road and so. That is the problem. We want to come back on the side because we can't manage the toll. Toll is a portion. $1,400 from up on the leg there to Williams Seal, rough.
The fruits and vegetable stall operators along the way are keeping their fingers crossed for the return of customers as the new toll kicks in. Curlin Brown, CVM News.
Of course, the charges became effective in December 2025. And let's now go to regional and international news.
We begin with news in the region. Amid heightened geopolitical tensions following recent United States military actions against Venezuela, regional affairs analyst Mark Curtin has proposed establishing Petro-CARICOM, a cooperative energy framework to sustain Caribbean oil economies and strengthen regional energy security. We hear from HGP TV.
Amid the recent military strikes on Venezuela by the United States and capture of President Nicolas Maduro, many foreign relation experts fear that if not approached pragmatically, many critical sectors, such as energy, would be impacted. While this recent occurrence has sparked apprehension for those suppliers in the energy sector, Dr. Mark Curtin, director of the Center for International and Border Studies, is proposing the establishment of Petro-CARICOM. He explained to Nightly News during an interview how this will be beneficial.
That would not only remove some of the questions related to the shortfall of supply to the small states of the Eastern Caribbean, but it also impact positively on regional integration, and energy security.
Dr. Curtin, who is known for his academic research and publications in regional integration, Latin American politics and development, is proposing an initiative similar to Petro-Caribe. Petro-Caribe was a 2005 oil alliance led by Venezuela under Hugo Chavez, offering Caribbean and Central American nations subsidized oil with flexible long-term financing.
Tragedy on St. Lucia's waters. A boat collision in Soufriere has left one diver dead and another injured, reigniting urgent calls for stricter maritime safety and enforcement. That report from DBS Television.
On Wednesday afternoon, a boat collision in the Soufriere Bay left one diver dead and another injured, drawing immediate attention from maritime stakeholders and authorities. The incident is the latest in a series of fatal accidents along the west coast over the past 2 decades, underscoring the urgent need for stronger safety procedures on local waters. Maritime consultant and port councillor Cuthbert Didier expressed sympathy for the diving community while emphasizing the need for action.
These incidents have been happening over the last 20 years. And I want to remind people that 19 people have died. I'm not sure how many lives have to be lost before we become more proactive. And it's sad that I keep pressing and saying the same thing. This is an unfortunate, tragic incident, but it's obviously avoidable. The boaters have to take responsibility. The persons who are diving have to do the right thing.
According to Mr. Didier, these accidents cannot continue to be swept under the rug. He says now is the time to enforce safety procedures and ensure operators remain alert on the waters.
And in international news, Denmark and other European countries have been engaged in a flurry of diplomacy to persuade President Trump to leave Greenland alone. A meeting is planned next week for U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio to talk with Denmark and Greenland's foreign ministers. We turn to Al Jazeera.
Life on the edge of the world isn't easy. The Arctic winter bites hard. Daylight is short. Greenland demands resilience. But added to nature's challenges, people here are also enduring the harsh winds of geopolitics. Donald Trump's renewed interest in making Greenland American has Greenlanders nervous.
Of course, I'm a little bit worried that we're standing in between and we have nothing to say.
So the voices of Greenlanders you don't think are being heard at the moment?
Not at all.
Do you think what's
Trump
messed
is
up?
trying to buy Greenland and all of stuff, and
do you think he will?
I don't think so. We don't care about money, his money or something.
Oh, I think he should just stay away, because we are under Denmark and we trying to get independent. And I don't understand him, actually.
Greenland is a semi-autonomous Danish territory, but there's no way Denmark's handful of naval ships could fend off the US military if Trump used it to seize Greenland by force. To the consternation of Copenhagen and other European capitals, the White House isn't ruling this out.
And that's it for regional and international news.
Gifts through Friends of Inspired Jamaica from the United States of America hand-delivered to children in one of the areas severely affected by Melissa were well received. However, the thrill for one little girl was doubled, and for us, it was quite a surprise.
Reach out and touch somebody's hand. Make this world a better place if you can.
Hi from Michigan. This is Senator Montekill with the Jamaican Association. Saying hi and just wishing you all the best for 2026, and especially to all our young people down there who had, going through Christmas right now. The season might have been a little bit tough, especially all of the impact from the storm. We want to encourage you, hope that you will keep focused.
Members of the Jamaican Association of Michigan, JAM, decided to add thrill to their holiday message for some children in areas severely affected by Hurricane Melissa. The smiles were heartwarming.
Got these two. Which one do you prefer? Okay, it's yours. Take it. Take it. And what do you say? You're welcome. All the best.
Play was instant.
Right away, these kids are having a ball.
Now, except for her ear-to-ear smile, there was nothing particular we could see between this little girl and her doll. Quickly, she said thanks and ran inside her house. When she returned...
What amazes you more about this? When I said I'm thinking that she will like this, and I asked her if she likes it, and she said yes.
What amazed me is how kids normally like these dolls. What's the name of your doll? So she had a bigger one.
And I had no idea.
Said, oh my God. She was so excited.
When I offered her it, then she ran inside.
We didn't understand.
Why? She ran inside to get her bigger one. So look how far we come.
So she said this is her world.
This is her world.
Yeah. So this is Lebanon.
Oh, Lebanon.
Really Lebanon.
All the way in South St. James. Came to find a little girl that already has a bigger doll and has fallen in love. I brought it for her, so it's yours, Mama.
So
Happy New Year.
Her brothers were equally thrilled. They got to share a ball. And this baby was not left out. No one expected to find there would have been a perfect matchup for one little girl from this gesture. Complete strangers, adding to a dream world collection. Her enthusiasm was amplified. However, the gratitude was the same for all the youngsters we encountered.
Happy New Year!
And we're here. We're going to try to do what we can to support and encourage you from this side. But just keep trusting God. Keep positive. Keep keep fighting, stay in your books, study, do the right thing, and everything will work out. 100% behind that. You know, stay positive. Love you. Send you greetings from Michigan. One love.
Reach out and touch somebody's hand. Make this world a better place if you can.
And our newscast will continue with